Alright, so this week, since last week we did our top favorite things of high school, we're going to do our 5 least favorite things of high school.
Ooh. Some of these things might have just been our high school, some of them probably weren't, but yeah, we're going to cover our least favorites.
Here we go!
These are in no order, by the way. Dress code. The dress code at our school was, okay, I guess I'm glad that we didn't have to wear uniforms, but I almost would have rather worn uniforms because we weren't allowed to wear dresses if they were above our knees.
And they were strict about dress code too.
It also depended on who sent you to the office to change, because some teachers did not care whatsoever. Like literally you could walk around, there were people who would walk around in booty shorts all day and would not get in trouble. And then there were people like Anna and I who would just be walking down the hallway and someone would see us and be like, go to the nurse, like you have to change. And if you didn't have clothes to change into, then you had to stay in the nurse, you had to go to IS, like in school suspension, and like not go to classes all day, or like until someone brought you clothes, or that was it.
Yeah, or you just missed out on the day.
Yeah, I got lucky that I never really had strict teachers.
I did freshman year. I wore leggings one day, the one day that I wore leggings all year. And I got told by Mr. Noble to freaking go change, and I was so mad.
And I always got caught by, I would like walk by the cafeteria. Yeah. I honestly don't know what her name is.
I don't either.
She looked like Miss Piggy, so we called her Miss Piggy. And she reminds me of Professor Umbridge from Harry Potter as well. Like that's how she dressed, that's how she looked, Miss Piggy.
So my first one is going to be gym class. Now, I didn't mind gym class, like, because they didn't really make us do anything like ridiculous. But freshman year we had to take a semester of swimming, and it was horrible. I had swimming first period, so throughout the day my hair was wet. And it was horrible, and you couldn't ever look nice because you had to swim and your hair would get ratchet.
As you will learn throughout watching our videos and like hearing our stories and whatnot, that I have very good luck and Anna does not. I always had swimming 7th period, which was the last one, so I always just went home with wet hair. Like everything good for some reason happens to me, and like I'm so thankful. But I don't know.
I have horrible luck.
Yeah. Okay, my next thing is presentations. It's probably weird because like we do YouTube videos now, but like I don't really talk in front of people, I talk in front of a camera, so it's a lot different. Except for Courtney standing there watching us right now.
Which makes it awkward.
No, it doesn't.
I'm just kidding. We love you, Courtney. I love you.
But I just hate presentations. I hate talking in front of people.
She would get like have anxiety attacks. I remember when you had to do a presentation. You were like, can I skip?
Like literally, I was that kid in middle school who would like stay home sick the day we had presentations because I just hated them. I kind of got over that in high school. I mean, I still hated them in high school, but I think I took French from 7th grade until junior year, and we had to like memorize like monologues and stuff and say them to the class. But that was always like a group presentation, which I'm fine with those. Like I can speak in other languages, but if I had to like get up and talk about something without a note card, I did not do those presentations. I would take a note card up there anyway and take points off of my grade because I can't handle them.
So my next one, like I said in last week's video, I moved to Avon my junior year, and it was pure torture. I hated everything about it. I hated the people, I hated all the teachers, Mr. Fartschnagel.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's not his name.
He was horrible, and I hated
Disclaimer, she changed his name.
Shout out to you. I hate you still.
Mr. What'd you say?
Smart Schlegel.
You said Fartschnagel, I think.
I don't know. I always called him Fartnagel. I literally hated everything about Avon except for being on the news, and it was horrible. I only made 2 friends there that I actually talked to. My boyfriend that I dated while I was there
If you're watching
psycho.
This, get off of here. You're a creep.
Psycho. Literally psycho.
Oh my god, I just have a feeling he's gonna watch this at some point.
I don't care. You're a freak. And like every weekend I would come pick her up, and because I didn't socialize
Literally, she would
with
pick me up.
anybody.
Did you leave school early to come get me?
I'm pretty sure I skipped school several times to come pick her up.
I remember one morning she texted me. It was when One Direction's "What Makes You Beautiful" album. What's the name of that album? Up All Night.
Up all night.
When Up All Night came out in the U.S., she texted me and she was like, yep, just get my first 3 classes so I could go get up all night.
Like, I literally did not care about anything while I was there.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I'm pretty sure that was my best year with grades.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, talking about her creepy ex-boyfriend leads into my next thing that I hated about high school, which was creepy guys. I don't want to talk about freshman year because that was really scary. But, okay, another thing freshman year, I had 7th period with this kid who would walk me to my bus every day after the bell rang. And one day, he decided to tell me he loved me. He walked me out to my bus for 2 weeks. Then he would stand on the curb, and there was 2 rows of buses, and my bus was in the back row, and he'd always he was like, just wave bye from the curb, and like, bye, stop following me, you're creepy. And then he was like, I love you, and I was like, oh my, I remember running to my bus that day. I was like, no, this is not happening, this is not happening. Something from senior year.
That guy.
This guy, he was in my art class, which I talked about in the favorites video, but he messaged me on Facebook, and that's not how you get a girl. You don't ask her out on Facebook, okay?
Facebook is the new booty call.
Yeah. And he stalked me one day after class, after lunch, right after I left you, and we're in this dark hallway that I don't know why it's so creepy, but you know that English hallway that's just long and dark and there's never anybody in it.
My locker was there.
Yeah. I get to the end of the hallway and I hear someone like, Morgan, and I was like, I turn around and he asked me on a date, and I was like, oh, don't do this, in the middle of it, and he just kept trucking. And so I was like, I don't know, and he's like, will you at least think about it? So I was like, sure. And then I decided that night that I was going to tell him I was talking to Brody so that he would leave me alone, because he knew that Brody and I had art class together. But he also knew that I told Brody I hated him every 2 seconds, so he didn't believe that. So then I told him I was a lesbian. And that also didn't go well because one of his friends was in one of my other classes and heard me telling other people about it. So I should have been honest, but I wasn't. And
Oh well.
now he hates me. But didn't have to go on a date with him. And if you're watching this, I'm really sorry.
So my next thing is pep rallies. So normally when I was at Avon, pep rallies were really cool because everyone got involved and they did fun things. FC's pep rallies sucked. Cheerleaders were not allowed to be in it, which I was a cheerleader, and cheerleaders not involved on a pep rally doesn't really make sense. Doesn't really make sense.
The pep rally's not the cheerleaders.
And yeah, it was I just didn't like pep rallies. Every time there was a pep rally, everyone was just like,
My next thing is homecoming. I went to one freshman year. It was in our school cafeteria, which I'm not if you go to a small school, I'm not saying you suck. I'm just saying that it was in our school cafeteria.
And it smelled like sweat.
And the ceiling was dripping sweat. That's disgusting. I never went to homecoming again.
Nope.
We all chipped in $15, I think, and one of my friend's moms took us all downtown. We rented a hotel room and just we all got all dolled up and then just went downtown and took pictures. We live in Indianapolis, so that's my favorite dance memory besides prom, of course, but until prom, that was one of the best things I'd ever done.
My next thing is the parking lot after school. FC's parking lot is absolutely insane.
It wasn't that bad this year. It was just the year we went there because our class was so big.
And I had a convertible senior year, so we would turn on One Direction and we would just jam in the parking lot, and I'm a really bad driver, so I would almost hit everyone, but we would just laugh and people would just laugh with us because everyone liked us.
We're popular. We weren't popular.
No, we weren't.
We were popular in middle school because we were in JMAC.
Boom. Represent.
Holla.
So yeah, the parking lot after school sucked.
Okay, and my last thing is that just kind of sucked from high school is graduation. It's this big moment, and it's all you've been waiting for your 13 years that you're in school, and then it happens, and our class, like I said before, it was huge. We had how many? 600 and
some, almost 700 people.
Almost 700 people, and we just had to sit there and wait for every person to go across the stage, and it took so long. And then afterwards, my parents left early. Yeah, it was just kind of like over. Like my parents left early. I didn't even see them that night. Like at graduation,
Yeah,
I never saw
my
them
mom
once.
went home sick.
My dad had a headache, so they left early because there was just too many people. And then like it just sucked. And that
Yeah.
was we took Julie and Sophia to Taco Bell for their first time, but
That was the funnest part.
the next day we both had our open house together, and we had that the next day, and then I left for California the day after that,
And I left for Florida.
and Julia left the day we
Yeah.
left. So it was kind of just like
Everything
it sucked.
was really horrible.
Yeah, because one of our best friends was leaving us.
So my last thing that I hated about high school, and it really wasn't even that bad, it was just stupid. We did hall freezes at FC, and what hall freezes are, if you don't know what they are,
Sucked.
is you had 6 minutes to get to class. The last minute they turned off, because they played music in our hallways. The last minute they turned off the music. And then once the bell rang, if you were in the hallway, all the teachers would shut their doors. If you were in the hallway when the bell rang, you got a detention.
And some teachers were douches, and they even if you were in the classroom and you weren't in your seat, they would send you to the and
And I got an ASD that way, freshman year, but I didn't go.
I never did. And also the reason we got these hall freezes was because
People would fight in our hallways.
our freshman class was so bad and like got in so many fights, and like they had just built this new part of the building called the Freshman Academy, and it was like specifically for us.
And it
we
was
had
really,
destroyed
really nice.
it.
It was
We-
destroyed. Some kid went through the wall.
Shout out to Leo.
It was Leo. Like our class was
They blew up a
horrible.
toilet. They put that hole in the wall.
People
they,
smoked weed in the bathrooms, and it would just like stink bombs every
and
day.
at least a fight a day. Like it
and
just,
like bad fights too, like
like
scary fights.
yeah, or someone would like pass out because they didn't eat. Like we were just stupid.
I just felt out.
And we were just stupid, and yeah. So the hall freezes were like our fault, and everyone.
But
had
they
it.
were still stupid, and
And then they like started them again senior year.
senior year, which none of the teachers really cared senior year. So if you were late, they were just like, eh.
Okay, well that is all of our things that we hated. Hope you enjoyed them. Also, I don't know if we mentioned, but we did this last week and this week. We kind of had a theme going because it's the last weeks of May and it's graduation
Graduation time, and everybody's excited.
Summertime if
because
you're not a
they're
senior.
graduating, and yay, we've been out of school for a year now. What? So
I don't know what that was.
comment down below what your least favorite things are.
Yes.
And don't forget to like this.
And subscribe if you haven't. And we love you and you're beautiful and
And have a great day.
see you in June.
Bye.